A Philadelphia police officer who said he was shot on the job is about to lose that job and could lose his pension because it was all a lie.
It's a lie, he told Commissioner Ramsey, even us, Fox 29, but it all unraveled last night.
That lie could have turned deadly or caused a racial firestorm.
Two males were having a string of burglaries in the area, and as I went to approach the two males, one ran, and I went to grab the other male, and he turned around, and after a struggle, he shot me in the shoulder.
We have found that this entire story was fabricated and that the sergeant actually shot himself.
The gunshot went off real close to my head, so it kind of like knocked off my equilibrium, and I did get a round off into him, and then I fell to the ground.
We had forensic evidence recovered at the scene that did not match with the story.
It's a black male. He had cornrows at the time, longer face, scruffy beard, and a tattoo under his eye. I believe it was teardrops or letters or something of that sort.
The fact that he stated that two African Americans were involved in this, again, just, I think, inflames tensions in our community.
I love my job. I might have 21 years on, but I'm nowhere near wanting to retire.
In order for him to talk to us and tell us the truth, he was given a proffer which pretty much granted him immunity from criminal prosecution.
Once again, it was all a lie. So why weren't any criminal charges filed, and did the officer get a pass? Fox 29's Julie Kim is here with some answers. Julie.
Hey there, Thomas. Well, Commissioner Ramsey said they had the forensics to show Ralston's story didn't add up, but I spoke with the defense attorney who says proof beyond a reasonable doubt is another matter entirely.
It may have been more difficult to obtain a conviction against this officer since he was essentially by himself, and it would have been his word against someone else's versus forensic evidence. But those are probably the reasons why the police commissioner, in conjunction with speaking with the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office, made a decision to grant the officer immunity.
And you heard it before, the commissioner says Ralston has disgraced the department. He will be fired. His badge will never be assigned again. What else are we learning, Julie?
Thomas, the mayor and the commissioner agreed. They said they will make Ralston pay for the entire cost of this investigation. But one thing defense attorney Troy Wilson pointed out, that maybe they're not sending a strong enough message.
They felt that they had to do what they had to do, but as a society, it's better to send a message that someone like this, who makes these false allegations, will be severely punished, both criminally and civilly.
What about the whole issue of race here, Julie? Ralston blamed two phantom black men.
And that is what most say, some say, is the most egregious about this whole thing. Historically, the black man has been portrayed as the boogeyman.
It makes you angry because I'm a black man and I'm not out here committing crimes, and the vast majority of African Americans do not commit crimes. They believed, well, if I use the code words black man, that's going to really take everything off of the focus off of me and put it on this unknown black man. And that in and of itself is extremely disturbing. It's upsetting.
And I heard the press conference from Commissioner Ramsey earlier. He said, fortunately, they saw holes in Ralston's story right away. They didn't go up and round people like we usually see when an officer gets shot. You have to wonder, though, Julie, what could have happened?
A catastrophe. As our legal expert says, it could have opened up the department to disastrous liability.
You're ruining someone's life. Even if it's just for an hour, 2 or 3 or 4 hours, you're handcuffing them, you're embarrassing them in public for something that they did not do. It's not fair. You also have civil rights and constitutional ramifications, potential ramifications, because then these people, and I do this kind of work as well, they'd hire a lawyer like me and go ahead and file a lawsuit against the city for false arrest.
Now, Ralston's punishment also affects his pension. He will have to go before a board, which will decide if he can keep it. Thomas.
And Julie, I know you interviewed Ralston weeks ago for this story he opened up. What was your impression of the officer and his version of what happened?
You know, Thomas, if I had not been given the heads up that maybe there was this rumor flying around, that we had sources coming forward to tell us that his story didn't quite stick, I think I would have probably just believed his story, because isn't that, you know, he's a police officer in a badge, so you automatically give him the benefit of the doubt. And I can tell you that when I talked to him, he was very forthcoming, he was very polite, he seemed like he had nothing to hide, and he stuck by his story. I even asked him a question in a different way to see if his story changed at all, and he stuck by that story.
And quite a story it was. Julie Kim in the newsroom tonight. Julie.